9 everyday things you never knew even had a purpose. 1. Think the hole in the lid keeps the ballpoint from drying out. A lot of people think the hole in the cap of a ballpoint pen is there to keep the pen from drying out, or that it's there to keep a pressure balance that prevents the pen from leaking. The real reason it's there is much more straightforward. It's there to lower the risk of suffocation. If a small child was chewing on the cap and choked on it, the hole keeps their airway from closing up entirely. Two. Ever notice the little holes in the windows of airplanes? That little hole is there for 2 reasons. The first reason is to compensate for air pressure. When the plane climbs to cruising altitude, there is a huge pressure difference between the inside and outside of the plane. The hole is there to regulate some of that difference, so that the outer window doesn't have to do all the work. The other reason is that it prevents the windows from fogging up. Three. You know that extra piece of fabric that comes with new clothes? You probably always thought it was there for patches, right? Wrong. The manufacturer includes that little sample of material, so you can test how different laundry detergents will react to your new garment. Four. And this little pocket on your jeans. The purpose of that little pocket is obvious to any Wild West cowboys or 19th century gold miners reading this. It's where you kept your pocket watch when jeans were first invented. Five. What are those little holes in Converse All-Stars there for? The main reason they're there is the most obvious one: ventilation. But some people think that because Converse All-Stars were originally made as basketball shoes, laces could be looped through the extra holes for a snugger fit. Six. That hole in the handle of your pot is useful for more than one reason. Sure, the main reason that hole is there is for hanging up your pot, but next time you need to set down the messy cooking spoon, you'll know exactly where to look. Seven. And the hole on your pasta spoon. This one is going to blow your mind. The hole's primary purpose, to strain the pasta and let the water drain out, but on many spoons, the hole is just about the size of one person's portion of spaghetti. Eight. Ever notice a little hole in the bottom of a padlock? That little hole is there for a few reasons. The first is that it lets water drain out of the lock if you're using it outdoors, so it won't rust in the rain or freeze and break in the winter. The hole can also be used to oil the lock to keep it working well. Nine. What about this thick bit, found on many cables? Those little cylinder-shaped lumps are ferrite cores or chokes, and they're essentially just chunks of magnetic iron oxide that are there to suppress high-frequency electromagnetic interference. Have you ever heard weird interference when your cell phone goes off too close to a speaker? Well, ferrite cores are there to keep that from happening to your monitors, power supplies, and everything else.